Hello students, good morning. How are you all? Welcome back to my class. Hope your exam went very good and I'm confident that you will get good marks in this exam. So student, we are going to start the next session after the midterm. In next session, we'll learn about uh, a new chapter today, that is circles from class 10 mathematics. Okay, so about circle you have learned so many properties and theorems in class 9, and related problems also you have solved. Now here in class 10, circle is there, but the theorems are little bit different. Another property of circle. So see, I am giving you different situations. This is the first situation where there is a circle and a line is passing without touching the circle or without intersecting the circle. So here this line is known as a straight line, simply a straight line. This situation 1. In situation 2, there is a circle which is intersecting a line is intersecting the circle at two different points. Suppose A and B are two different points. Here this line is known as secant. S-E-C-A-N-T, secant. Okay, where A and B are the point of intersection of the circle and the line. Now the third situation, a circle is there and a line is passing through the circle, just touching the circle at one point, only one point P. So in this case, this line is known as the tangent. So here we are going to learn about tangent and its properties. So consider these two situations. A and B are the point of intersection. Now suppose the line, instead of passing through A and B, it is passing through two different points, suppose C and D. So here you can see these 2 points are much closer to each other. Okay, now if one more line is drawn like this, so in this way, if another line is drawn, suppose it is E and F, let me draw a bigger diagram. This is the circle and this is a secant. So these are the points of intersection. Now if another secant is drawn, then the point of intersection are becoming closer. In this way, if we go on drawing so many seconds, then these points of intersection are gradually coming closer to each other. One more second, this point of intersections are here. Again, the point of intersection is coming closer. So in this way, this point of intersection, it is coming closer to each other. These points, these are 2 points of intersection, they are slowly approaching each other. And in this way, if it goes on like this, a time will come when both the point of intersection will coincide. So in that case, if a line is drawn through these points, that is P, then it becomes a tangent to the circle. So we can say a tangent is a special case of secant where the point of intersection coincide with each other. See here, the point of intersection, they are coinciding with each other. We are getting a single point, and through that point if a line is drawn, it becomes the tangent to the circle. Okay, so this is tangent. And second, now we are going to learn about some properties of tangent. Suppose this is a circle and this is a point, a tangent is drawn. Now if AB is the tangent, then the property says that through this is point of intersection, through one point only one tangent can be drawn. Through one point on a circle, only one tangent can be drawn. If we try to draw some more tangents like this, as you can see from the figure, that it is no longer a tangent. It is CD is no longer a tangent, it is a secant now, because it is intersecting the circle at 2 points. If you draw another tangent from this side, here also you can see, suppose this is EF. EF is also intersecting the circle at 2 points, one here and another here. So this is also not a tangent. Therefore, in this way, if we try to draw another tangent through P, it is not possible. It is impossible case, because whenever we will try to draw another tangent, it will intersect the circle at 2 points. So in that case, tangent will not be formed. Therefore, the first property says that through a given point on the circle, only one tangent can be drawn. Got it? Now the next property, here there is a circle and suppose AB is a tangent to a circle and P is the point where the tangent is touching the circle. This point P is common point to both the tangent and the circle. This point P is known as the point of contact. This is known as point of contact. Now, through the point of contact, if a radius is drawn to the circle, suppose O is the center and OP is the radius. If a radius is drawn through the point of contact, then the radius obtained will always become perpendicular to the tangent. This is the first theorem related to tangent. Okay, that means it is said that radius of a circle is perpendicular to the tangent through the point of contact. Drawn through the point of contact means if a tangent is drawn, then through the point of contact a radius is drawn, that radius will become perpendicular to the tangent. Okay, so let me just explain you how it is proved, how this theorem is proved. Let me take suppose 2 points. Let me take, this is Q, this is R. Let me change the name. Suppose this is C, this is D, let me join C and D with the center. As you can see, OC is intersecting the circle. Suppose it is Q, and OD is also intersecting the circle at a point. Suppose this is R. Q and R are the point of contact, point of intersection. Okay. Now, so what is given in the question? AB is a tangent to a circle with center O, and P is the point of contact. AB is a tangent to a circle with center O, and P is the point of contact. P is the point of contact. What we have to prove? We have to prove that OP is perpendicular to AB. OP is perpendicular to AB. Okay. Now the proof. So up to this it is clear to you. Whenever you are going to prove a theorem, we need to write the informations under given, and we have to write the question under to prove. What we have to prove, we have to write like this. Now construction is there. Construction. 2 points are taken on the tangent AB. 2 points C and D are taken on the tangent AB. On the tangent AB, C and D are joined with O, are joined with center O to intersect the circle at Q and R respectively. At Q and R respectively. Two points C and D are taken on the tangent AB, and they are joined with the center to intersect the circle at Q and R respectively. Got it? Okay. Now we have to prove this theorem. So let me erase the whole thing. Proof. Take triangle OPC. Okay, here you can see that Q lies on OC. So we can say that let me take the radius as R. Let the radius be R. Radius of this circle be R. So here you can see that OQ is less than OC. Q lies between O and C. So we can say that OQ is less than OC. We have learnt in class 9 Euclid's theorem, Euclid's axiom in fact, that whole is always greater than the part. OC is the whole part and OQ is the part of OC. So we can say that OQ is less than OC, and here reason is whole is greater than part. Greater than the part. In other words, we can say R is less than OC. This is in equation number 1. Radius is less than OC. Similarly, take this OD. OR is less than OD. There also we have to give the same reason. OR is part of OD. That is why OR is less than OD. So whole is greater than the part. Therefore we can say radius is less than OD. This is inequation number 2. Now if we take one more point, suppose here E, and join this E with the center like this, QRS, suppose S. So here also we will get that OS means OS is less than OE, OS is less than OE. Same reason, that means we can say that radius is less than OE. This is number 3. So in this way, if you go on taking some more points on AB, then every time we'll find that the radius will be less than the distance of that point from the center. Therefore, from these inequations, from these inequations, what we are getting? We are getting that radius is smaller than, radius of the circle is smaller than the distance between the center O and any point on the tangent AB. If you take points this side also, same thing will be observed. The radius will become smaller than the distance between the center and that point on this tangent AB. Therefore, in other words, we can say that radius is the shortest distance from the center to the tangent. Okay? So this much is clear to you, I hope so. Let me erase this. So what we have seen, thus we can see from all the inequations that radius is smaller than the distance between center O and any point on the tangent, AB. The radius is smaller than distance between the center and any point on the tangent AB. Therefore radius is the shortest distance from center to the tangent AB. And we know that the shortest distance is the perpendicular distance. Shortest distance between any two point, between a point and a line, is the perpendicular distance. Therefore, we can say that radius is perpendicular to the tangent through the point of contact. But we know the shortest distance is the perpendicular distance. Okay, therefore we can say radius is perpendicular to AB, or OP is perpendicular to AB. Therefore, it is proved that the radius is perpendicular to the tangent through the point of contact. Hope you have understood. The theorem has no calculations, only logically we have to prove using the axiom, Euclid's axiom. We have proved this. Okay, so in the next session we shall solve few problems based on this topic, that is theorem that radius is perpendicular to the tangent through the point of contact. Till then, you just go on, go through the theorem and try to understand the concept which we have learned today. Okay, so let us meet in the next class. Till then, goodbye and have a nice day.